Okay, good morning. This is a very rare morning stream for Kyle because I rarely ever stream in the morning. But I'm streaming in the morning because I tried to stream myself at the event yesterday at the World Summit AI. Could not do it successfully with my phone. So thought I owed you guys a recap as to what happened yesterday and just what else has been going on in my life a bit. I apologize, my throat's been kind of bothering me the past couple of days and a bit under the weather, so I'm gonna be like drinking this tea that I have here. But I wanted to update you guys a little bit as to what I've been up to. I've been, well, as of yesterday, I went to the World Summit AI, which was a 2-day event, and it was in San Francisco, so I went up there to go and check it out. I only went to the second day, and I didn't even stay the whole day, but it was a pretty cool thing. So this is to prove I'm still involved in doing, or keeping abreast of what's going on in artificial intelligence, especially in San Francisco. I also just wanted to make this video because I've been noticing a lot of changes in the city, mostly I'd say for the better, but also just some thoughts I have on the consequences on what does the AI era have in store for the city that I know and love. So yeah, I went to the World Summit AI yesterday, and I made this whole album because I was too lazy to compile it. I was like, let's just go through this whole album and like I'll just try and explain what I've been up to the past couple of months, even though I haven't been uploading as frequently. And good morning, Anthony Whalens. Good to see you. Good to see you in the chat. So yesterday, yes, I was at the World Summit AI. There were some really interesting presentations. One second. Sorry, again, a little bit sick. But yeah, so a lot of interesting presentations that are combining different aspects of artificial intelligence. This was a presentation of combining of like using AI to understand human bodies and health, and how we can combine both biological and artificial intelligence into one. A lot of it does seem very speculative. Where was it? Yeah, so this lady Divya talking about it. And let's see here. Yeah, editing the human genome with AI. LLMs for gene editing. I thought this was pretty interesting. I'm very not knowledgeable about biology whatsoever. That was like my worst class in high school, and I never took it in college. So my understanding of biology is that of like a C or B student in high school. But nevertheless, I think it's a cool idea that we have these technologies now. But speaking of technologies, there are some that I'm like a little bit disturbed by. So here's one I saw yesterday that just kind of freaked me out. So this is this thing that I don't know. This thing was creeping me the heck out. Like I saw this robot. I mean, just look at this thing. I'm sorry, it's rotated, but look at this thing. This is kind of creepy, is it not? So this was at a booth yesterday. This was at a booth from Mind Children. I think I may have taken a flyer from them, but this thing was just looking at me kind of weird. I mean, look at it. It's like looking. It's looking. I was just like, why are you looking at me? You're so creepy. And then there's this AI singer robot over here that I saw at the event that apparently she has released albums and stuff. So we are definitely trending towards robotics now. But I don't know, man. I don't really want robots like this looking at me all the time. I need them to be a little bit less creepy. That's like some uncanny valley kind of stuff there that I'm not ready for. So, what is this event, right? What really was this event, I should say? I would say that it was bringing together a lot of interested people in AI, both from the technical side as well as the non-technical, like on the investment side of things. I met a lot of people in venture capital yesterday. I don't know about you guys, but venture capital people are, when they get to each other and they talk, it was really funny. Or maybe it was just these two guys in VC who were talking, but they were just so like, if I could provide you my interpretation of what their conversation was like, the VC people were like, yeah, bro, like I went to that event last night, that Mixer, bro, I'm gonna drop like 100 million on this firm. Yeah, man, moonshot, we're gonna get a moonshot investment, man. Like that's the name of the game, bro. You just gotta get lucky once and then you make it, bro. So I don't know. That's what I recall yesterday when I heard overheard venture capital people talking with each other. No offense to anyone who's in venture cap. No offense to anybody who's in venture cap. It's just like those two people were just like talking in a very funny way that I couldn't help but find so amusing. But yeah, it's like, man, moonshot, bro. We just gotta get the moonshot. Yeah, we're gonna invest like 100K here, 100K there, and then we're just gonna get the moonshot. Now I'm just thinking of moonshot all the time. One thing I want to say about this event too is that it's really interesting the different businesses and industries that are opening up because of artificial intelligence. Obviously there was the creepy robot booth that I went to. This one, the creepy robot booth. Like that guy, like that thing right there, looking at me all kind of weird. Like, look at its eyes are like in the back of its head at that point. Like that's like the face of the killer robot that's gonna kill me in my sleep. Like that's literally the face of it. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of interesting new business opportunities that I think are a result of this new era in artificial intelligence. I also saw O'Reilly. I don't know if you know O'Reilly Books, but I actually won a book from their prize giveaway. So I have a new book on PyTorch in my library now, thanks to O'Reilly. So thank you to O'Reilly. That made the whole trip worth it to go up to San Francisco and go to this event, honestly, getting a free book here. So much thanks to O'Reilly for doing that. I also saw Stuart Russell give a talk in person, which was awesome because if you don't know who Stuart Russell is, he helped co-write the book Artificial Intelligence: A Modern Approach, which is like the book in artificial intelligence that people or that universities use to teach their undergraduates. So literally the guy who wrote the book on artificial intelligence was there. He was the first speaker of the day. And I thought it was a very good conversation in the sense of how do we make sure we don't actually blow up the world with AI. And I think there was interesting points made in terms of regulation, in terms of making sure we don't just like, we're moving so fast now, and that companies need to work with governments to limit the the nefarious use cases of AI. It's such an interesting perspective to hear from, one of literally the textbook writers of AI about, what we need to do in terms of keeping us safe. Because, honestly, he was saying how, like, 9 out of 10 people in AI, like 9 out of 10 experts in AI would tell you that, yeah, this is like an extinction level event if we get like super intelligent systems out there. So I don't know about you, but I don't like those odds. If I'm going to be perfectly honest, like I don't like the idea of extinction level events, because obviously they provide they have the potential to provide such abundance for us as humans, but at the same time, they come with a boatload of risks here. So glad you stated that about government. You should see the contracts they are applying to systems. It's so bad right now. I mean, Geoffrey Hinton, I just was listening to him on a podcast last night, and he was saying, the godfather of AI, and he was saying how there's a lot of clauses in AI development that specifically do not prohibit military application of AI. Like they specifically say it's okay to use AI for military application, which is kind of scary when you think about it. Because obviously because here is how I see it, right? And it's not as it's obviously very scary. I don't like the thought of robots that can just like identify you by face and can take you out in any second. Like obviously the initial use case for these things, right, in terms of why people would even want to do this is because obviously you want to preserve, you don't want to send out troops, right? Because even if you have like a huge country like the United States and you have a small country, I'm not even getting into the geopolitics right now, but let's just say you have a big country and a small country, okay? The big country could take down the small country with force, with troops, right? But at the same time, that requires mobilizing the army and the armed forces. It requires putting boots on the ground. We're talking about before AI, right? And you might get into a war that's unpopular because, of course, the soldiers who go into the war might die. The families of the soldiers will start to protest, and then you could have a societal collapse imminent if you don't capitulate there. So obviously, it makes sense that governments would want this kind of power to deploy automated troops, robotic troops that, this won't stir up as much controversy if 1,000 American soldiers died in a conflict, right? That would produce a lot of outrage. But if 1,000 autonomous robot soldiers died, there'd probably be a bit less outrage in terms of, there's not like a human connection there to these things. My concerns were the automated decisions within codified systems that humans don't see. Military applications unimaginable. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that we should do it. I'm just saying it's already happening, and it's pretty scary because obviously what's stopping those things from being turned on the civilians of a country, right? I don't know. It's all crazy. It's all really crazy, honestly. Oh, wow, what the heck? I just realized. Also, this is my touching grass era, but I was going to talk about it later. But I made this coaster with a laser cutter out of this piece of wood, which is pretty cool. Has the SF Giants logo on it. So actually, I'm going to put my cup of tea on top of my coaster. What do you know? What an idea. Okay. It's very bad, says Rogue Man. Yeah, it is. It is pretty bad. And it's also weird that we're just kind of like living through all of it, right? Like, I wanted to get into this because I'm in the San Francisco Bay Area right now, and I've been in my touching grass era, as in I've been having some fun. This is me at this event of like tech people in San Francisco that I went to last weekend, and the reason I'm going to these things is because, one, I like to meet new people, and I want to know what people are doing in San Francisco in the artificial intelligence space. So I've been meeting a lot of different people who are like co-founders, founders, software engineers, AI scientists, those kinds of people. But a lot of them are not from San Francisco like me. And I see this dynamic happening in the city where there is, it's like most people that I run into in the spaces I visit are now not actually San Francisco locals. They're transplants from different cities, different states, different countries, even different continents. And I just find it so amazing that the city that I grew up in is now literally ground zero, for this new revolution in technology. And Anthony Whalen says, founder but poor. Oh, well, I wish you the best with your founder's journey. Sorry, I didn't say it. So, people have been wondering. I have not been ignoring AI. Quite the contrary. This is me and my girlfriend. We went to this person, Nicole. She's a lovely person. This is her boyfriend, Hanson. We went to her birthday party, and she brought together a lot of tech people, AI people in the space. She's an AI researcher and also a founder of her company. So I have been doing some bad reconnaissance because I'm like admitting to it. Not really reconnaissance, it's more just like, socializing and meeting people. But in a way, it is kind of getting insight as to like what are people doing and building. And, talking to people like in this environment, it's just amazing to hear all the variety of businesses that are being developed. And also when I was at the summit yesterday, I was meeting people who were obviously like an AI, but there was like companies like building the creepy robots, right? The creepy robot people were there. Like that thing, the creepy robot thing was there. There are people who are in like AI, who are trying to develop AI security, like LLM security, which I think is a really cool concept, but it's very new. Yes, blockchain technology was a big one. Ola Art, yes, there was definitely a lot of people talking about blockchain. Then you have people who are just still in the big tech world, right? Who are in Fang doing the Fangy things. But also a lot of people in VC who are okay. I don't want to disrespect people in VC, but it's interesting to me, and it makes sense because you can't know everything. But it's interesting to me how little an understanding some people, I'm going to say some people in VC have about the thing they're actually investing in. Like, it's very interesting to me how, like, you may not, like a good, let's see, was that around a school or city, or are you talking about this event? Or this, all of this was in San Francisco city limits. So all these things. So this was in San Francisco city limit. This was at the Fort Mason Center. This is the same event. This was also in San Francisco in just a different neighborhood. So it's in San Francisco. A lot of things are happening in San Francisco. And I think that all these different businesses that are getting started, all these different companies, what's that saying, or what's the statistic? Like how many companies fail within the first 5 years? How many startups fail within 5 years? Was it only 40, 50? No, I thought it was like, what was that statistic? I thought there was like 95 or something. What was the actual statistic? 90% of startups fail in the first 5 years. I don't know. It seems, okay, people say 50%. I don't know. I don't know what the real number is, but a non-negligible number of startups fail within 5 years, right? And I guess to me, what's interesting is like, yeah, there's a ton of people who are coming to San Francisco, obviously, who are starting companies, but how many of these companies like are going to make it really? But the ones that do make it, they might actually be super transformative, right? It's a very asymmetric scenario. Like hold on, let me draw something here. Gotcha. Community is important. It's nice if you found people. Yeah, I'm happy I've met the people I've met so far. Actually, this is the paper. Actually, this is Nicole, who I was just talking about here. So she started a company, Arc-Array. It's a LLM, not an LLM, but it is like an LLM powered app. Highly recommend, actually, if you go to the App Store. I don't know if you can get it on, yeah, maybe you can't get it on the computer, but it's on iPhone and iPad. Oh, actually, yeah. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, this is her app. Highly recommend getting it. It's a very cool app for reflection and introspection. But yeah, she's, where did she go? This is her. Yeah, this was her. This is her right here. This is her paper and app that I've been meaning to go through. I've been thinking about for my channel about maybe doing some interviews. I don't know if something that's people would be interested in, but like getting people like Nicole, who are AI researchers, like talk about what they've done and like what they're doing for their research and how they see AI evolving, and kind of breaking down their paper and their work. I don't know if that's something people would be interested in, but I've been thinking a lot about it because I think there's so much happening, and obviously I'm only one person and I can't know everything, so I think it would be cool to bring people in on the channel and just have them explain what they're working on. 1 second. Let's see here. People are saying, I'm pretty sure Sam Altman was talking on his podcast, the Open AI podcast, or his brother talking about how one of the first fields to be transferred could be astrophysics. Yeah, I did see that. I believe it, actually, because I don't know. I have this book right here. on my shelf, mini bookshelf back there. I should probably put it in the frame or something, or move it over to where it's actually visible. Some books fell over, but there's this book I have right here. It's called Statistics, Data Mining, Machine Learning, and Astronomy: A Practical Python Guide for the Analysis of Survey Data. So this book was made, I don't know, 4 years ago or something like that, but it's totally plausible that our astrophysics will be a field that's transformed because of artificial intelligence, because we're in this era now of astronomy. We're like in big astronomy now, because we have all these surveys at really high resolution, both spatial and temporal resolution, as in like we're taking data like more frequently and more precisely. So like if you imagine like in a picture, the like, this is why it's good I have this thing ready to draw. But if you imagine like a picture, right, that is like an array, right? I'm going to be drawing this really badly here because I'm just using my mouse. But you have this like array here, right? Like this is like what a picture is. It's actually straight, but you have like this array. But if we're increasing the resolution spatially, right, that just means we're adding way more pixels to the image, right? We just have higher spatial resolution. We have just more pixels, right? And so if we just have more pixels, there's just way more data, right? We're just getting way down to this fine, precise level. And not only do we just have like high spatial resolution, but then like we might just take data every like let's say second or something. Maybe second's a bit ambitious, but let's just imagine like a telescope is like taking data like every second for, I don't know, a couple of years during the mission's lifetime, right? So just imagine just taking data at very, very high resolution every second or fraction of a second, or even a couple of minutes, right? And the mission's going to run for like a few years. So you can imagine that's just terabytes, petabytes, maybe even exabytes of data being collected. And there's no way we can't spend human lifetimes going through that. We need AI to do that. You're totally right, Rogeman. Rogueman, sorry. Is it Rougeman, or it's not Rogue? I wanted to say Rogue, but the G and the U are flipped if it was Rogue. Random question: did you hear anything about synthetic persona voting ensembles, or am I the first person still to have created it? No, I haven't heard anything about synthetic persona voting ensembles. Can you tell me more? Sorry, my tea has been just a godsend for my irritated throat. But pioneering thinkers assemble. AI is here. This is a really funny, I don't know why. It's interesting the demographic of people at this event though, because I know like the Y Combinator Startup School was in town this past week, and the demographics of people at this event were definitely on the older side. Like there was definitely just more like businesses and people, like employees from those businesses there, and just a lot of people in like we had like Stuart Russell there, who was, oh my gosh, my phone's alarm. I was supposed to wake up at this point. That's why I decided to stream, because I was like, I got up like an hour before I wanted to wake up, so let's just stream right now. Rouge, as in like Rogue, like that's why I made the name, because I played those games. I used to be called hardcore. Ooh, dang, hardcore, dude. I feel hardcore because I played Bloodborne recently, or not recently, like a couple of years ago, and I beat Bloodborne after many times. This was my friend. It was my friend's copy, but we played it together. Let's go back to the Touching Grass album really quick. Unrelated, but other things I've been doing. 3D printing, learning how to 3D print things, pretty cool. I learned how to use a vinyl cutter, like to make stickers and stuff. So I have on my phone here my initials. So I made that. So yeah, I've been in the Touching Grass era. Learned how to operate this mill, which is kind of intimidating. Like you just chop in metal. So like there's a block of metal there that like we chop through, and Why am I learning how to do all this? Well, to be honest, guys, I think like learning more hands-on skills, like literally hands-on, might be very important in the next couple of years or year because, you know, might not be a bad idea to know how to do a lot of these things because who knows what the job market's gonna look like in a year or so. Like honestly, like I do think myself, who is more inclined to work on a computer, I have to be open to the idea that I might have to be more hands-on. Maybe not this intense, but like, nevertheless, it's also just something in my community that I can learn how to do for a pretty inexpensive price. So I figured, why not? You know, I don't really want to work with metal. Like, it's not my thing personally, but 3D printing is pretty cool. Like, I did enjoy the 3D printing class. So. Okay. So, what else? What else? What else has been happening? What is this? Oh, yeah. This is at one of those events I went to. So, I was at the AGI house in San Francisco. I don't know if people know where this is, but the AGI house, it says right there, it's hard to read, but it says AGI house right there. It's people who are like all about AGI. So this is AGI House SF. There's another AGI house around. Oh, that's my friend. It's like this mansion in San Francisco where people, it's like a cohabitation space. It's like this 3 to 4 story house that, or yeah, mansion in the really high parts of San Francisco, where people are just like building stuff. Like there's like a bunch of co-founders in the house and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know. There's some interesting characters. I'm not gonna lie. There are some characters I've met who live in that house, so I'm just like, I don't know. Like, are these ideas really grounded in reality, or are these just like wild speculation? I don't know. Sure, it's like having a group of experts of one profession assisting you in whatever you're doing. Each persona has a unique data set that works against and with others. They use each and vote on the best scenario on whatever you're doing. Oh, okay. That sounds like a really nice idea, like an ensemble of models that are it's like ensemble methods there. Also at this event, there was also at the AGI house, there was like there's this guy doing like this fire show here. Look at this dude. This dude just like he's like the guy in the Fantastic Four who's like, flame on. Pretty wild. Oh shoot. I was like, also there's just like a lot of brush here. I'm just like, uh-oh, he dropped his flames. Yeah, this is what rich AGI enthusiastic people do when they're hosting events. They bring in fire wielders. Seems pretty talented though. I mean, I really. Oh, he dropped the thing again. I think I got the worst. I think I got him during his worst stretch. No offense to this guy. He was really impressive throughout the night. But I think somehow when I was filming, I seemed to get the moments where he'd be dropping the stuff. It's for accuracy purposes. Public LLMs are trash for accuracy. They are trash, aren't they? For accuracy, because they're general purpose. They're not fine tuned to be specialists in areas. Okay, what else? Is that pretty much it for my presentation? Oh, this is funny. Like literally, this intro to the first speaker, which was Stuart Russell that day, was so long and extended. Like I don't know what it was. It literally took like, I don't know. So I was here at the front. I was like waiting for the thing to start, and then like there's like these weird, not weird, but just like watch this. Ola Art says, are the 3D printing paid courses? Yeah, so the 3D printing courses I take are paid, but I'm a member at this place, so members get a discount on those things. It's under like $100. I think it's like $50 or something like that to take the course. Also, yeah. So what we're watching here is like the intro video before the first speaker of the event at the World Summit AI. And so just imagine I got here at like 9:30, and I'm just like, okay, what's going on? And I'm being introduced to this. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. It's pretty weird. Press any key to continue, and then there's like, this kind of psychedelic. I don't know. Most people are like on their phones, on their computers. It's funny because like there's like not that many people who are actually like paying attention. Everyone's just kind of like this guy's on his computer and whatnot. There's so many AI research papers releasing every day, especially the ones that are on Twitter. Yeah, that's why I really want to bring in my friend Nicole to talk about her paper because it's oh shoot, did I already get rid of that one? Where did I put it? Because I think it'd be cool if I brought in AI researchers onto the channel to talk about their work, just because it's too much for like one person to try and read and stuff. I mean, yeah, we have like Notebook LM and stuff, but I'm not going to get a full understanding of it as deep as the person who actually created the architecture, right? But where was the funny video? Like, there was such a long lead up to the actual talk. Literally just okay. Where was the thing where they're? Oh, there we go. They're probably bringing in the speaker. Okay, yeah. But it was kind of a weird wait. I ain't gonna lie. This is what the exhibit hall looked like. Let me bring it back here. IBM was there. Oh, here's something actually I didn't know. IBM actually, the IBM Skills Build is free. There is free education. You just go to look up IBM Skills Build, and you can get free education on new technologies. Yeah, and it's all free. So if you want to upskill yourself, recommend IBM. The people at the booth were very nice to me too, so I appreciate that. Yeah, but look at all these businesses. So there's like Faster AI. I don't think I really talked to them. There was like Enterprise AI platform. A lot of just different, platforms. Like, oh, like we help your business. They're, companies are like, oh, we focus on helping businesses label their data, or we help, integrate, your legacy systems into AI platforms and blah, blah, blah. And there was like the coffee and the tea over here. I was like all over that today. They also gave out gummy bears, which was awesome. And this guy's like drinking. I don't know. I paused in a funny thing, but this guy's like just chugging. He's just like leaning back. He is giving that thing a chug. But there was my first coffee of the day. I probably had 3 or 4. And someone says here, I watched it. I think they teach PhDs try to make Twitter threads on their research papers. Yeah, they should. I mean, I posted about my research papers in grad school on Twitter. So definitely not surprised there. But I think maybe because a lot of students who go into grad school, they're maybe not like, I don't know, especially in physics, right? Some physics students aren't the most sociable, so they're not the most into promoting their work on like social media. But in this day and age, you kind of have to, right? Like, I don't think I'm naturally a person who wants to be on social media personally. I mean, it might actually come as a surprise, but I never really thought of myself as someone who wants to be involved with social media that much. But in this day and age, you kind of need to be like kind of how you need to have like a picture on LinkedIn. Like, there's just no way you're not getting a job if you don't aren't findable on the internet. People need to know. People need to be able to know things about you before they hire you. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all of the photos that I had to go through today. What was this one? Was this just more of like synthetic biology? Oh, cost of for human genome. This presentation was pretty wild, I have to say. Gene therapy. Everything is enterprise. Yeah, That's true. You think that there will ever be a music festival for AI? I think that would be kind of awesome. I mean, they already have AI artists, right? So I definitely don't see why they can't just have like. I mean, they already have like Mikun, right? She's like an anime like singer person who's not really real, right? If they can have that, why can't they just have a bunch of AI artists who make their AI generated music uh, perform at like Coachella or something? Yeah, I don't know. So it's about 8 a.m. my time. I don't know if you can see that, but I promised myself I wouldn't stream past 8 a.m. in the morning because I do need to get ready for my day. But I did want to update you guys on just my touching grass era and that I'm still involved with AI things. I am just doing them a bit more in person than I am putting it on YouTube. So I apologize, but just thought I would share those things with you. But I also don't have access to like the latest frontier models right now. I don't have the pro subscription for like any major providers, so like OpenAI and Anthropic. I just have like the plus plan, and so I don't have access to like O3 Pro yet, for example. So, but when that changes, I do plan on making some more videos and streams revolving AI tests. But with that, I think I'll be closing up the stream now. It'll be a short stream today, but I appreciate everyone who stopped by, Anthony, Rogueman, Ola Art, and everyone else who spent some time this morning with me. And I wish you all the best the rest of your day. Best rest of your day. Yeah. So, all right. Have a good one, everyone. See you next time.